Assalamu alaikum student. Hope you are fine. Student week 12 and professional practice our course. Uh, in this lesson notes, we will discuss about the intellectual property, different issues. Let me just show you the learning objects of this week. Yes, student. That's the learning objects. First one is the intellectual property and plagiarism. That is the one of major issue nowadays, especially in student life. I mean to say university, and even though your college life when you are involved in a research paper, thesis, write up your thesis, then many students are basically doing the copy paste, but the some tools are used to avoid this kind of thing. Plagiarism, intellectual property, and plagiarism, but the law of the intellectual property and plagiarism. And second, we will discuss about the intellectual property and reverse engineering. Fine. Second object will be the reverse engineering, how that will be important, and what the law of the intellectual property support to organization as well as the people who are involving in a reverse engineering. And the third one is intellectual property and open source code. And further, we will discuss about the competitive intelligence, intellectual property, and competitive intelligence. And the second last is trademark infringement and intellectual property and cyber spotting. Okay, that is the some basically in this section, as I will discuss early in the week 15. We will discuss the several issues that will be applied to intellectual property and information technology. That will be the plagiarism, reverse engineering, open source code, competitive intelligence, trademark, and cyber scouting. That's the what the importance of these and the how intellectual property is the and law will be the support and the limitation of these things. Okay, now we will start from the plagiarism. That is the one learning object. Yes. What the plagiarism? By the definition, you can read it. I just highlight some points. Yes, plagiarism is the act of stealing from someone idea or a word and passing them off as on. Okay, that is basically you are involved in an act of stealing someone idea, some words and some phrase, some paragraph, and passing them off as a one on that is a mine. Okay, that's in other sense that is a opinion of the electronic contents, and the growth of the web have made it easily to cut and paste paragraph into the term of papers and other documents without proper citations or quotation marks. Okay, that is a one of a, you can say it is a very easy nowadays, because every even though you under matric student will be involved in this thing, he easily copy cut the easily cut the material from the websites and different papers, and then paste and paragraph in their reports, okay, in their documents. So that why is now the case of the plagiarism the more uh, uh, as compared to in last 10 years. Okay, to compound the problem, hundred of online paper mills enable user to download entire term papers, although some sites post warning that their services should be used for research purpose only. Many user pay scant hate. Okay, but the some are basically not involved. Most people encounter the concept of plagiarism in school because university take academic dishonesty and plagiarism very serious. Okay, again, I'm talking about that we mostly concerned to the as a university. You are a university student, and your many teacher are tell that you need to not just copy paste from the I mean to say some website, you just read and get a material and write in your words. Okay, so that the mostly people encountering the concept of plagiarism in a school life, university, because that academic dishonesty, that will be a plagiarism very seriously. Okay, that's a concept of plagiarism. And if I'm talking about that's a recent survey that reported that 55% of university president felt that plagiarism has increased over the past decade, in spite of increased effort to combat the practices. So by the student take free online courses from the different website that become so widespread, and one of the professor feel that compelled to most are requesting a 39,000 student to stop the practices after many of the student complain about their fellow student are doing this kind of things. Okay, that's one of a major issue nowadays. Okay, but the people are and the students especially are involved in this thing. But and like mostly university, like I discussed with the 55% of university president that feel this thing. And if we talk about mostly university have very clearly behalf of this, mean to say for the student, they are mostly involved in different, they people are using in a university perspective. We discussed they are using the different websites, different tool to protect the student. Some instructors say that being a familiar with the student's style of writing, grammatical mistake, and vocabulary that enable to determine if the student actually wrote a paper whenever he will be write a proper paper and some uh, thesis report, research paper, then they feel some writing and grammatical mistake, so the student are involving in a plagiarism. But the thing again, that a plagiarism detection system, especially universities, mostly university are using different type of uh, tools, different type of, I mean to say, uh, teachers especially, and corporate law firm and many other people are, they are basically using the some plagiarism tool, that the how much the material is a plagiarism. Like I played the games and I paradigms, and that is some services safe assign, and that is some services, and you will easily access it from the internet. Different website that will be providing you to actual report how much this material is a plagiarism. But if we talk about the university, like here, mostly university have a very clearly definition of what plagiarism is and how to treat the violators, how we will treat. They trend to stress the importance of giving the credit to the source, specifying where you borrow fact and the quotation, and recognizing the importance of crediting the original idea where credit is due. Okay, that is basically this by using the software that will be providing hints that the where he can get an idea. Okay, the consequences of the academic plagiarism vary by institution, but they normally tend to include the following. If the report is a copy paste, and the material will be the especially more material will be the in a case of plagiarism, then they will normally take a some action related to a failing grades, class dismissal, and expulsion from the college. That is some student basically face these kind of thing if they are not be if they will be considered as a violator. Okay. Now further we discuss about the plagiarism, how the people are basically normally using, and some college definition plagiarism are have the idea and the word dishonesty. Mostly people encounter concept of plagiarism in a school because university take a academic dishonesty. Okay, These are the basically some things. But the thing again, normally if we talk about uh, uh, normally university teacher, instructor, all are guided to the student that you will not be do these kind of thing, but the avoiding from the plagiarism, they are basically do some messages like don't be cheat and complete your own work and cite source or properly talk to the professor when you doubt, not just a copy paste. If you not understand, you just get the help from your professor, not to write just okay. But then if we talk about the internet, that has a large effect on a plagiarism in a college paper writing services, and they cropped up all over the web, making easy for the student to obtain the illegal writing material and pass them off their own. Even if you pay a paper writing services to write academic paper on your behalf, it is still considered as a plagiarism. Sometimes, many people are uh, use their money, use their sources, and pay to write up the paper and write up service. Many websites are basically many organization are using many student and other senior student are doing it, but it will be again the count of a plagiarism if that is a, that is a one of a illegal thing, because you are writing your own work, and you should be creating your own work. You need to, that is a part of your study and degree requirement, but you can get and just pay and then show that is a my work. That is a illegal thing. Okay. So that's the plagiarism. And intellectual property, again, that will be considered that it is illegal things, and will be considered. And normally, I guess just a 15 and normal, maybe some universities allow the 20 and 25% plagiarism. But if your work is a 75 to 80% is your own work, but just plagiarism will be allowed and compensate just 15 to 20%. Okay, but again, that depend on a university, that vary to university, their decision. Now, now we move the next, and next is the reverse engineering. And if we talk about the reverse engineering, that is also a good tool. By definition, here, look there, reverse engineering is a process of taking something apart in order to understand it, build a copy of it, or improve it. Reverse engineering, student, is a process that we taking something apart to understand it, build a copy of it, or improve it. Okay, many people are basically involved, special your nowadays technology, that is a one of a thing that is involved in a reverse engineering, especially to the products. Okay, like I say, I want to share that iPhone, many people are basically using iPhone and applying the reverse engineering for their understanding how they are the quality of the phone. Okay, build a copy, and how they will be improve their products. Okay, reverse engineering was originally applied to the computer hardware. Just wait, I'm going to highlight where I'm reading for you people. Yes. In a second, reverse engineering was originally applied to computer hardware, but is now commonly applied nowadays as software also. Okay, and we will discuss an example of any Apple on a Microsoft. If we talk about the reverse engineering of a software, that involves analyzing it to create a new representation of the system in different form, or maybe to at a higher level of abstraction. Mean to say, you will be copy, but you are always be enhance your system presentation, and you will be enhance the quality and a high level of abstraction if you copy the software, if you are involving the reverse engineering of a software. Often, reverse engineering begin by the extracting design stages that detail from the program code. Okay, and design stage detail about the and information system are more conceptual and less defined than the program code of the same system. Design stage normally that involve to the detail about the information system and concepts and algorithm that are involved, and less define the program code of a chain system. If we talk about the reverse engineering as an example, I just want to share a Microsoft example with you guys. Yes, this one. Here, look on this paragraph. And Microsoft has been accused repeatedly of reverse engineering products, ranging from the Apple Macintosh user interface to many Apple operating system utility features that were incorporated into the DOS and later on a Windows. To early word processing and spreadsheet program that set the design for the Word and Excel to Google method for improving search result for its Bing search engine. Okay, Bing search engine, maybe you're familiar about it. So that often frequent use of reverse engineering for software is to modify an application that run on one vendor database so that it can be run on another. For example, from access to the Oracle. You know about the access of Oracle. That is one of a database management system that use their own programming language for their Oracle. Okay, that is basically using their own programming language for the application development. As a result, organizations that want to change the database vendor are faced with rewriting existing application that time and using the new vendor database programming language. The cost and length of the time required for this redevelopment can deter an organization from changing vendor and deprive it of possible benefit for of converting to an improved database technology. Okay, so that if we talk about the database management system like the Oracle are using their own programming language for development it, and but the vendor of outside, if the company want to rewrite the existing application using the new vendor database program language, that can be a cost and the length of will be required. Okay, and further I'm talking about if the developer, then using reverse engineering as a developer, if we talk about the if we using the reverse engineering as a developer here, some information about the developer like reverse engineering for a developer that can be used for the code of a current database program language to recover the design of information system application. Again, that will be focusing on the information system design. Okay, next code generation tool can be used to take the design and produce code forward engineering in new database programming language. This reverse engineering and a code generating process greatly reduce the time and cost needed to migrate the organization application to new database management system. Fine. It is the something that is related to the developer, about the developer. Okay. And if we talk about the developer, that will again the reverse engineering will be apply from the database programming language. Fine. And now class is just we will be Yes, student, we are discussing about the reverse engineering, and in reverse engineering, the last thing is that reverse engineering issues. Like in previous, I discussed the database management system, and developer can use the code of a current database programming language. Okay, how the developer can be used the reverse engineering. But now I am talking about the some issues. Here, just first I cleared the screen, and now again I am saying that reverse engineering issues that will be involved tools called the compiler and decompilers. Okay, that's the one of a issue that involve tools called compiler and decompiler. A compiler is a language translator, that convert computer program statement expressed in a source language such as Java, C, C++, and COBOL into a machine language, a service of a binary code 0, 1. You are familiar about this thing, okay? That will be using for the we are using the compiler tool. Compiler for the reverse engineering issue that involve compiling and decompiling. A compiler just are using for this purpose, and here that the computer can be execute will be in a binary form and a binary machine language. When a software manufacturer provide a customer with its software, it usually provide the software in machine language form. Tool called the reverse engineering compiler or decompiler can read the machine language and produce the source code. For example, reverse engineering compiler is a decompiler that read an executable machine language file and produced a C-like representation of code used to build the program. Okay, that is the issue that I want to share with you people. Reverse engineering issue that involve in the form of a compiler and decompiler, because that is a necessary when the company are basically using the making a program. They need to be providing the uh, translator where the program will be run and convert in a machine language. So that is a reverse engineering issue normally companies and especially the software developer and software company are facing. Okay, class, that is something we are discussing about the plagiarism and the reverse engineering in this session. And the next session, we will discuss about the open source code and competitive intelligence. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.